I watched in horror as my boss was relentlessly attacked verbally by a ruthless colleague. The colleague believed in the scorched earth policy, where he did anything and everything to be considered the greatest among his peers. This arrogant, self absorbed leader used lies and misinformation, bullying, and deception to make my boss look unprepared, misleading in his facts, weak, and unqualified. His only goal at work each day was to win position and praise at all costs. You've seen that guy, and you may have experienced similar attacks in the workplace, which can devastate your well-being and confidence. There are so many issues to talk about here, including what does this say about your overall organization, your response to attacks, and hostility in the workplace. Today, let's focus on your response to these types of personal verbal attacks. What are you to do when someone tries to undermine your work and character? Well, get even, of course. You gather your loyal colleagues and put together a strategy of counterattack and execute the plan to annihilate the threatening colleague. No. Revenge is a guarantee that the situation will escalate and just cause more destruction. Here is where Christ makes a big difference in your work experience. The last 24 hours before Christ's death on the cross, he experienced unbelievable attacks based on hatred, lies, arrogance, and indifference. Throughout hours of unceasing accusations against his character and work, Christ replied only twice, and his two replies were answers to questions about his identity, which accelerated the desire of his enemies to kill him. The religious leaders and the Roman governor Pilate both asked the same question. The high priest said to him, "I charge you under oath by the living God. Tell us if you are the Christ, the Son of God." Jesus replied, "Yes, it is as you say." Later, the governor asked him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus replied, "Yes, it is as you say." Then we read, when he was accused by the chief priests and the elders, he gave no answer. Pilate asked him, "Don't you hear the testimony they are bringing against you?" But Jesus made no reply, not even to a single charge. The result, from a human perspective, not good. Christ was sent to die on a cross. But what do we learn from this example of Christ and how to handle the verbal attacks we encounter in the workplace? Number one, stay on task. Despite the intense persecution, Christ knew his mission to die on the cross for our salvation. In our work, when we are under verbal attack, we need to remember that as a follower of Christ, our task is continue to do good work. The accusations can hurt, they can create fear in us. However, Christ will give us strength not to give in to the accusations. Number two, don't retaliate. Our mission is not to get even. Our mission is to provide an avenue through our actions for colleagues to see the love of Christ, not our hatred. Number three, evaluate. Does your company condone malicious verbal attacks? Are employees allowed to run roughshod over others? If so, realize the systemic behavior and find another place to work. As you can see, Christ's teachings help you understand the core issues of the workplace. Seek his teachings and strength. Then watch your attitude about work change. Christ belongs in the workplace.